Hey y'all, it's Jeremy James, the Bourbon Realtor, coming at you on Barstools and Bourbon. This week, a very special guest, Barry Brinegar. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
He is our rep for Old WM Tarr, which we're going to be talking about today. And now you've got a little bit more about the company and rebranding and a whole bunch of that kind of stuff that I'll let you get to.
Yeah.
But yeah, glad to have you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome,
yeah, happy
awesome.
to be here.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to have to do a cork pop on this thing.
Let's do a cork pop.
I mean, we can't talk about bourbon without drinking bourbon.
Nice.
That's a nice pop.
That is a nice cork pop.
Pour you over here first.
Thank you.
You just say when.
That's when.
Usually,
look at that pour.
Usually I do these, I'll do batch tastings when I do my reviews in sets of 4.
Uh-huh. I've been there, done that.
By the 4th one, you're like, okay, that's enough. Well, cheers. So tell us a little bit about what you got going on and what we can expect, yeah?
Well, so what we're doing is we're resurrecting Lexington, Kentucky's first federally registered distillery. It was established in 1865, and the partners came together in January of 2020. And we decided to resurrect Lexington's first federally registered distillery because we felt that bourbon tourism, that $8.6 billion industry to the state of Kentucky, Lexington's just missing out on a lot of that tourism dollars. So we wanted to help resurrect a brand to help drive bourbon tourism to Lexington and be a partner with other Lexington distilleries. We really felt like there was an opportunity there for us. Good. And we're trying to do things from a historic perspective of bringing brands to market. So the name of our company is called RD1 Spirits, and that stands for Registered Distillery Number 1.
Nice.
And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to pay tribute to William Tarr. William Tarr was one of the original owners of the brand. We could talk a little bit more about that later. But William Tarr was the most successful with the brand. So we really felt like William Tarr was owed a tribute. And so we're paying tribute to him with these 3 different expressions that we've got. And here what we're tasting is a blend of an 8-year rye, a 7-year bourbon. It is a 7-year age stated because of the 7-year bourbon.
Nice.
It's 114 proof.
Respectable.
Very respectable. It's Kentucky straight, and what that means is that Kentucky straight, we have not done anything to those barrels other than co-mingle 2 different expressions. We didn't finish it. We didn't, and there's nothing wrong with finishing or placing it in a used barrel, but we didn't do that with this. And this is a Platinum Award winner. It's won 2 gold medals and it's won 2 silver medals. And we've just had this product out since October of 2020.
The candy's straight away on the mouth. It's like brown sugar.
Yes.
That is I tell you what, because we're all seeing the celebrity bourbons and everything else. And I love UK, love everything about it. You guys got Stoops on. Glad to have Stoops back. That must have made you a little bit nervous.
Go Coach. Thank you.
Just re-signed him. Thank you, Mitch Barnhart, for not letting that drag out. But yeah, so whenever we see celebrity stuff, us taters, we get a little nervous. We're looking at it going, another one. Who would we sign to tout this watered down swill that we're repurposing to somebody else and everything? And when you take a sip of that, that's.
Isn't that good? So this, we've entered this into many different spirits competitions, and one of the reviewers said, and I love the way that they described this, it tastes like a bourbon. It's all bourbon on the outside. There's a rye center, and what you get some of the spicy notes of the rye, but the corn in the mash bill is more predominant. I get some dried raisins on that mid palate.
But cherry, the raisins.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, but the finish it's barrel char, it's caramel, it's vanilla. I call it a toasted creme brulee finish, and it has a very thick viscous mouthfeel.
It does.
So it hangs around.
And for me, mouthfeel will so many times be the key difference maker in a bourbon.
100%.
I mean, like the Russell's Reserve 13 was one of the first things I noticed about it. Old Antique 107, every single time, those top bourbons for me always come down to that mouthfeel.
Yeah.
How does it feel when I'm rolling it? Is it thin, like a Pilsner, or whatever, just watery?
Right.
Or
Yeah, thin.
Or is it just thick and that kind of deep sugary? And this has got a great mouthfeel to it.
Yeah.
And it's 7-year age stated, so obviously probably some older stuff in there as well.
Yeah. And I can tell you, I can run through the mash bill pretty quickly.
Sure.
The rye mash bill is a 51% rye, 37 corn, 12% malted barley. And the bourbon mash bill, 75 corn, 13 rye, 12% malted barley. So the blend percentage, 60% rye, 40% bourbon. And what you find is we have two different expressions of this variant, which one comes in at 96.4 proof.
That's the
the
white label.
The blue and white label. Love that one. We came out with that one because we recognized that the 114 has a very specific audience that likes that higher. Yeah, it's the 1%ers.
It's the nerds.
Yeah. But 99% of other whiskey drinkers enjoy a lower proof, so that they can drink it neat for their palate, or add rocks, or mix it in a cocktail. And what you notice with these two different expressions is the lower expression really highlights the rye component. So you get a lot more pepper, spice in the mid palate, and then that one finishes with an orange citrus. It finished with I get some dried peaches on it. I get some really delicious notes that work well with the classic cocktails. It works great. We have this blackberry bramble cocktail that we do, and then if you go to Dudley's on Short here in Lexington, Kentucky, they've got a Tardy Bell that it has. Let me see if I can remember this. So it has Luxardo liqueur.
Nice.
It has Luxardo syrup. It has apple cider, and then chocolate bitters. It tastes just like a chocolate-covered cherry. Go there, order that. Tell them that that Barry Brinegar sent you.
Well, don't tell Aaron, because we're here at Happy Hour Liquor in Nicholasville with this amazing bar that he's got. And we're sending his competition.
Well, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Come here to Happy Hour, their bar, and we'll make sure. I'm going to make sure that Aaron has that cocktail available, so you can get that cocktail here.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I tell you what, but right on the nose on this thing, the cherry just pops on the nose for me.
Yep. Yeah, it is very much sweet forward, and that's a tribute to the high corn in the rye mash bill, and then the high corn in the bourbon mash bill. So that is really predominant on the nose, and if you continue to nose that, you're going to pick up a lot more of those fruity notes, as well as the sweet. I get just like you, I do get some of the stone fruit on the nose. It's really good, a wonderful. Well-rounded pour.
And I'm halfway through my glass right now because I'm a liberal drinker when I'm tasting.
Yes.
On the palate, you're exactly right. It is that brown sugar sweetness up front. There you have that oakiness, that nice base layer as well. But then it finishes with that more kind of floral and that herbal type of finish, and a nice kind of mid black pepper.
Yes.
Just kind of lingering finish.
Yeah. And it lets you know that there's a difference between spice heat and proof heat. And this is really kind of a balance of both, because I do get that 114, I do get that proof heat.
Yeah.
But it's very favorable to my palate, which it is to yours too.
Yeah. We're all familiar with Stag Junior, and then soon to be just Stag because marketing.
Because marketing.
Because marketing. And they love their proof heat, and they'll blow you out that way.
Yeah.
This stands up enough. What are we, 114 did you say?
Yeah.
114, it stands up enough with the big boys, like your Old Forester 1920s and that kind of stuff. It has enough of that smooth, round body to it that makes it really nice on the palate. This is nice.
Thank you.
And this might just end up going home with me.
It may indeed.
It may, because I have yet to purchase one. Now so we talked about this one. This is the Manchester Reserve. And then we talked about this one, the white label Manchester Reserve. There's another bottle that is rare out there right now, but I can actually tell you where to find two of them. If they're still there, the Liquor Barn in Danville has 2.
Yeah.
So introduce us to, what is it?
So this is Old WM Tarr. This is called, and the blend is called the Manchester Reserve.
Right.
And that's kind of giving a nod to where we're located on Manchester Street in the distillery district. And that was where the original first registered distillery in Lexington was located, right there at Cox Street. So if you know Manchester Music Hall, that is Bonded Warehouse number 1.
Nice.
And the distillery burnt down in the 1870s. William Tarr rebuilt it, and he renamed the Ashland Distillery the William Tarr Distillery, and so that warehouse then became the administrative building.
Very
and
cool.
so it still stands today. So if
Very
you
nice.
go to a concert, you're going to see one of the original buildings built back in the 1870s.
Very nice.
So Manchester Reserve, this is called the Inheritance. And so when we formed our company, a core group of individuals came together, and we really felt like we were given an inheritance and that we were passing that baton back to the community. So we named this 12-year. It's very limited release.
Yep.
And as you'd mentioned, we'll tell the viewers where you can get a bottle of it. But it's a 12-year small batch. We blended 8 barrels. Cask proof, they were at about 121, 122 proof. We tamped them down just a little bit to 120 proof. But this is a 1 in every 15-year bourbon.
Nice.
It is such a delicious pour. And you want to talk about complexities. But so the mash bill on this is 74 corn, 18 rye, 8 malted barley.
Nice.
We're what's called right now a non-distiller producer,
Yep.
so we have to source barrels.
Yeah.
And our commitment right now to the community and our customers is that we're a Kentucky-only product.
Good.
And so we're going to source from Kentucky distilleries as we can. It's kind of competitive right now because bourbon is hot.
Everybody wants the word Kentucky on their label.
Yes, yeah.
And you go across the river, and you have to deal with the dark side. I mean, and all due respect to whatever their name is this week. Because they just changed it. I still can't remember what it is.
We'll refer to them as MGP.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as. But yeah, I mean, they do a lot of great stuff. From what I'm understanding, they're starting to run out of some of their older stock.
Yeah.
Because I was talking with some folks yesterday. They've been selling a lot. And I mean, you can't sell all your old stock as fast as they've been selling it and still keep it.
You can't sustain that. And here's what I'll tell you. Their products are fabulous.
Yep.
And 95% of all craft distilleries across the country get their product from that distillery. So we're unique. We're within 5% of all craft distillers that source their product from a Kentucky distillery. Probably less than that because some source from other products outside of the former MGP.
Right. So can you tell, let's see, well, I should be able to look on the label. Are you pulling from, it's bottled in Bardstown. Are we distilled in Bardstown?
Yes, all right. So we unfortunately signed a non-disclosure, an NDA, which means we can't disclose where the distillery is.
Gotcha.
But here's what I'll tell you. These are 2 different distilleries. The 12-year is different from the blended whiskey.
Nice.
And
so very different products then. So it's just not a proofed up older version of.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I knew I was always going to get that question of where did you?
The nerds, we're all like, okay,
we want to know.
which city?
Yeah.
Because then we can narrow it down.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm a nerd too. So I just point back to the mash bill on the back of the bottle. You can figure it out if you know.
All right, so you sleuths who are out there, when you're paying attention, you're going to have to back it up and look through the mash bill. And then post down below, and we'll see who.
There you go.
We'll see who can get it.
I will not be able to confirm or deny, but
if you get it right, this meeting never happened.
And I was never here.
Well, Barry, I tell you what, this is phenomenal. This 7 year is definitely this Manchester Reserve 114 is definitely going to be hitting my bar.
Yeah.
I would love if you're looking for somebody to gift the inheritance to. You've got my number.
Yeah. You want to be on my list.
Yeah, I definitely want to be there. Price point is up there on that one.
It is. It's $300, and we recognize that's a very high price to pay. But we also recognize this. We want it to be representative of a product that consumers love the story. They love the fact that there's a lot of history behind our brand, but we wanted the product to draw consumers back. Now, obviously, $300 is going to be off-putting to the vast majority majority. But we've got a product here in the blend that's $79.95 retail, and then the blue and white label, the proof down version at 96.4 is $59.95.
Those are approachable.
And you talked about several different stores. There's some temporary price reductions going on right now. So if you're in the market, you want to get a really good product. These two Manchester Reserve 114 and 96.4 proof is lower in some of the stores out there. So I mean, I can tell you that Kroger has a temporary price reduction on their product. Liquor Barn in Lexington has a temporary price reduction, and Cox's Liquor Store up in the Louisville market has that price reduction. So looking for a Christmas gift, go out there and buy one of those and gift it to your those on your list.
Or gift it to yourself.
Or gift it to yourself.
It's self-care. That's all it is. It's self-care.
Right. That's right.
We're all about self-care these days and making sure we're taking. It's self-care. Just sneak it in after the spouse goes to bed. You know, whatever. No, what, that bottle? No, I've always had that bottle. What?
Yeah, it's been around. See, it's open.
Yeah, it's got dust on it.
It's half empty.
Of course it's
or half full, whichever way you look.
Well, as a bourbon drinker, it's got to be half empty.
Ready to replace.
There's not enough. Yeah.
Ready to replace. Well, and here's what I would say. We're locally owned. We're locally sourced, and we're only sold in the state of Kentucky. So those three things really are taglines that we're kind of hanging on to.
And
right now.
and this is the Stoops private collection. Which is awesome because we all want to do what we can to support UK and the sports, and obviously Stoops is doing an amazing job up there, and we're so glad they re-signed him. Thank you, Mitch Barnhart.
Thank you.
I can imagine you guys were a bit nervous.
Well, you know what? Coach is a Division I football coach, and his number one job is to coach football. And so during the season, he's hands off. We don't involve him in any of the administration, the operation of the company. He's a majority owner, but his number one job is coaching. Now, what I can tell you is after the season, we're going to take Coach on a caravan from Ashland and Pikeville all the way to Paducah and Owensboro. So look for events where Coach is going to come to the market. We'll be hosted in various locations. We'll have bottles there for you to purchase and have Coach sign them, and just give thanks to Coach. Thank Big Blue Nation for being staunch supporters of the brand.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. So you heard it here. I guess maybe first. I don't know if you put it out.
Yeah, you did.
That's awesome. We'll definitely be looking out. This would be a great location here at Happy Hour Liquors to have students come in.
It would. We might overwhelm the location, but
I don't think Aaron would mind. I
don't think Aaron would mind at all.
I think he'd be really happy about that. But well, all right. Anything else you want to tell us about what you guys got coming up?
Well, this is what I'll tell you, is that we have the backing of our other majority owners in Key Investment Solution, and Mike Tedderton and Marcia Couch are also majority owners, and they're running the company. And so we have the ability to not worry about revenue, money. We've got enough investment that we're committed to keeping this brand local. We're not looking to exit. We're looking to grow this brand. And in part of growing the brand is that you're going to see a custom bottle come out. Now, recognizing that we're in a global and supply chain has almost doubled and tripled the amount of lead time that we need. We are going to come out with a custom bottle, and again, paying tribute to the brand. We are going to come out with a Kentucky straight bourbon product that is going to come out next year.
Very cool.
And
early part or latter?
Well, I would say now we're probably looking at the latter part, just because supply chain issues and even our stock bottles. It's hard to get stock bottles now because, and you'll notice that every distillery is talking about shortages.
Smoke Wagon ran out of amber. I was talking with Aaron the other day on the Repeal Day Expo, and he was like, "Man, they're all going to think I'm lying. It's just some gimmick." He's like, "No, really, we ran out of amber glass. We had to go clear." So they're all running into it. So
it's a real thing. So I would say, any kind of projections are going to probably not be accurate if I say them, other than to say probably later.
So we'll live with grace on that.
We will live with grace.
So we're not doing wax dips or all that other kind of, and putting toys on top or anything like that?
God bless anybody that does that, you know, because that's and I'm a marketer, you know,
Yep.
my background, I'm a digital marketer. I love a marketing angle, but as a bourbon consumer, when I come home to a wax top, I mean, I'm cutting through that, and sometimes it could be as quarter inch, half inch thick. You know, I've run the risk of cutting myself.
If you've opened enough wax tops, you realize really quickly there is a tier to wax. Makers has it. I mean, we'll toss them out. Makers, they've got the best wax on the market.
Yeah.
It dips, it pulls.
It's
without
good.
it. There are some other ones. And then you're looking in your glass going, is that char? No, that's wax. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But, well, I thank you for keeping this classy.
Thank you.
The bottles look great. It's a unique shape, it's a unique label, so it's going to stand out on the bar and in the liquor stores. It looks great. I love the fact that it's local.
Yeah.
You guys have stoops in, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this is great. I love the future of what you guys are working on.
Thank you.
Well, Barry, I appreciate you for coming in today.
Jeremy, thank you.
So, be looking out, guys. Next year, so a new straight bourbon coming from RD1. Is that what we're doing?
RD1 Spirits, and you know, more to come on the label itself. We still will have the 12-year. It's gone.
Okay.
So what you see out in liquor barns and on liquor store shelves, it's gone. So
You know
once
what you've
that's
done.
gone, created
scarcity.
created scarcity.
Retailers love scarcity.
But so this is a small batch. Let me also say that the distillery, and we call it a pop-up gift shop, and
Right.
we're located at the Distillery District down on Manchester Street. We have about 300 bottles of the 12-year single barrel, and these are distillery only release. And look for information on our social
Nice.
channels about a release date of coming in and getting your special $300 bottle of 12-year single barrel. I've been selling those I've been going to local influencer groups, and you know, we've been selling it, but we're going to do a gift shop release and
Nice.
have consumers that want to come and grab a bottle, open that up to them.
Phenomenal. Well, I tell you what, you guys have a great product. I really enjoyed that. Is coming home with me, and I'm really going to enjoy that. Love what you guys are doing. Drawing attention to Kentucky on the Bourbon Trail. Louisville has attention. Lawrenceburg has attention.
Yeah.
We get attention down in Danville with Wilderness Trail. But
Yeah.
like you said, there's a couple craft distilleries up in Lexington, but doesn't really have that hit like some of those larger ones
Yeah.
on the trail.
Yeah.
So phenomenal. Love it.
Thank you.
Love
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right,
Thank
brother.
you so much, Barry.
Yeah, thanks.
Y'all, I'm Jeremy James, the Bourbon Realtor. You've been tuning in to Barstools and Bourbon. We'll see you all next time.